Roman Forum.
But the word forum itself means outside. If this was the very heart of the ancient city of Rome. Well, this area we are walking now was outside the oldest city of Rome. Because the first started to be built from the 5th, 4th century BC. And then what's happened? Because now it's just the ruins of the Roman Empire. Once again, at the end of the Roman Empire, this area became a flowering mouth. So everybody would come here, everybody. Then in the past there were many earthquakes, many fires, and many floods from the Tiber River, which is not far here. So it happened that the level of the soil grew up and covered everything. In the Middle Age, where we are now, was completely underneath. There were sheep, cows, a very different landscape from now. And then at the end of the 1700s, the archaeologists started to dig this area, and so they brought back to light the ruins we see now. And I will show you now some of them. Starting from the huge building in front of you on the right, the only well-preserved building of the Forum, well, that was the house of the Senate, the one made of bricks and covered by a roof in front of you on the right. That's where the 300 senators met inside and discussed the ordinance. A building of the 1st century BC, which is still standing because it was turned into a church in the Middle Age. So once again, a church saved the division here. So the house of the Senate. Then there is another arch of triumph in front of you. That's the arch of Septimius Severus, another Roman emperor of the 3rd century, who was the winner over the barbarians, and so the arch you see in front of you was erected. In the back there is a huge building with a bell tower on the top. That's the municipality of Rome. This is the back of the Capitoline Hill we saw before from the coach. But can you see where the 3 arches made of grey rocks are? Those arches, and so also the big blocks of volcanic rocks, belong to the Tabularium. That was the Roman archive. That's where all the official documents were kept, all the written laws were kept. A building of the 78 BC. So you see a building which is more than 2,000 years old, supporting the modern one of the 1500, where the mayor of Rome works. Now, if you follow me to this huge building. If you turn around, we walked by when we entered the Roman Forum. It's a temple, as you see. A temple dedicated to a Roman emperor. Can you read the description on the frame supported by the columns? You read Dio Antonino, God Antonino, and then down below you read Dive Faustina. Antonino was a Roman emperor.
Someone was cremated in there.
When they died, they were worshipped like a god and a goddess in this big temple, which we can columns monolithic columns. You can see the side walls of the temple and the steps from but the facade you see through the columns belongs to a church. Once again, a church was built inside a pagan temple, but can you see where the green door is? The entry of the church is up there. So it means that when the church was built, the level of the soil of this area arrived up there. All of the lower part of the temple was underneath because the floodings, the earthquake, the fires, and so the level of the soil grew up. At the end of the 1700s, the archaeologists started to dig this area, so they removed the earth and brought back to light the ruins we see now. And now the church is used for weddings, but of course the armor is from here. It's hard to enter the church. Another interesting temple. Turn around. There is a very small building right in front of you. It's a section of the original round temple of Vesta. Vesta was the goddess of the fire. In this small round temple, the eternal flame, symbol of the eternity of Rome, was kept. And right here, the famous 6 Virgin Vestals stayed. Virgin Vestals were like nuns of the ancient religion. They became Vestal at the age of 6, coming from the aristocratic families of Rome, and they remained Vestal until the age of 30. They couldn't get married, they couldn't have children, and if they were discovered with any lovers or something like that, they were buried alive, and so they died. The only thing they had to do was to take care of the flame burning in this temple, because that was the symbol of the eternity of Rome. In the back, the magnificent ruins you see on the floor.